작업장. 사람이 있네.
Sir?
여기요?
Can you hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire.
그리와.
Good mysterious name. I'd rather like it.
이 사람은 말을 할 줄 아는군요. 그래도 다행히.
Felix Fellow at your beck and call.
이 사람이 펠릭스 펠로우래요.
And this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring new places, uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Secret rooms?
Generally speaking, you know, that sort of thing.
뭔가 알고 있나?
So, Felix, what exactly do you do?
당신이 하는 일이 뭐죠?
Obvious. I'm an explorer. Explorer slash treasure hunter. Yes, well, best in the world.
플로라가 탐험가라는 뜻인가 봐요. 탐험가 집안이구나.
We're talking like curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that. But I've certainly seen my share of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too long. I go wherever the winds of destiny take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
여기서 부인과 딸이랑 사시는 거 아닌가요?
Yes, well, the fellow family has certain loyalties, and with Flora the way she is...
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
Don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my entire world. They are the greatest treasure of all.
프레이어는
Uh-huh.
어제
Why on earth would you want to know
어제
about
뭐
that?
하셨어요?
The murder of Freya Fellow. The reason we're here?
Ah, right. Nasty business. Very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of any help, but I wish you all the best in your investigation.
Hear that, Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
Well, there's not much to tell.
참 진짜 이 사람들
Mostly,
답답시럽네.
I'm by myself, working on Flora's, working on a project.
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
What have you got?
자, 이 사람의 알리바이 봅시다.
It was dusk. A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent, perhaps. Uncertain, as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right, fine. I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room.
누군가 계단을 내려가는 소리를 들었어. 바로 내 방 밖에서.
The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way.
두 번째 발걸음이 같은 곳으로 향하는 소리를 들었어.
This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her.
약간 화분에 꽂힌 꽃같이 생겼네요. 포인터 교수를 찾기 위해.
We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor.
어?
Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora too, of course.
피오나, 파피. 뭐라고 하냐 이거. 포인터. 아, 피오나, 파피. 아닌데? 피오나가 누구야?
Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I
슈렉 여자친구요.
Flora needed me.
야 일단
Puffer fish?
뭐가?
Yes. It's also a lamp, for some reason. Nice. A real treasure chest.
진짜 보물 상자야.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked?
아이고 아이고 커피 쏟을 뻔했어.
Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it. What's the deal with that painting on the front?
앞에 있는 그림은 뭐지?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map too.
상자의 자물쇠 조합을 찾으려면 보물 지도를 사용해. 살려줘. 자, 보자. 용이. 용 맞겠지? 용이 산을 쳐다보고 있어. 근데 X 표시 사이에 있어. 용 X 산. 용 X 산 풀. 용 X 산 풀. 어쩌라고? 아이? 아이와 3. 뭐요? 아이 H U W 저는 생각이 달라요. 얘가 지금 N이 아니라 노스가 북쪽이고 S가 남쪽인데 아까 N이라고 했잖아요. 그래서 N만 S로 바꾸면 될 것 같은.
Still locked.
아직도 잠겼어?
I think there's a connection between the painting and the treasure map. Like they're different versions of the same thing, maybe?
그림 보면 용이 산보다 가까움? 어? 용이 산보다 가깝다고요? 예. 그림, 네. 고개를 왼쪽으로 90도 꺾어보라고요? 아! 아이 진짜 맞네. 아 그렇네. 6H S네요. 아래쪽에서 보고 있는 거니까.
That was incorrect.
왜?
The padlock has three different inputs: a letter, a number, and a compass direction.
왜? 아래 아니?
It's just a grid reference for the map.
왜요? 여기서 이렇게 보고 있는 거라면서 왼쪽 방향으로. 정면으로 봤을 때 이쪽이면 2예요. X를 기준으로 나무와 새가 어느 방향에 있죠? 북쪽. 어? X를 기준으로 정면을 쳐다봤을 때 아닌가? 네. 그렇죠. 예? 그럼 지금 X 위치에서 나무와 새가 어느 방향에 있을까요? 고개 꺾지 않고 서쪽. 네. 그럼 X가 동쪽? 정면으로 봤을 때 보는 건가요? 서쪽은 W인데 얘 값을 찾는 거예요? 지금? X 값을 찾는 거 아니에요? X는 2잖아요? 에? 아니 동서남북인 거는 알겠어요. 근데 이 X 값을 찾는 거라며. 그럼 6H2 아니에요? 왜 W가 되는 거야? X 값은 6H인데 어딜 바라보고 있는지 바라보는 방향 아 W
That's done it.
Neat.
아니 X 값을 찾는 거라네. 그래서 X가 동쪽에 있으니까 바라보는 방향에 동쪽에 있으니까 나는 계속 그 X 자리를 찾는 줄. 아 생각보다 머리를 써야 되는 게임이군요. 난 되게 단순할 줄 알았어요.
More wooden models.
네, 결과물이 나무 조각상들밖에 없어.
These are a little different to the one on the desk.
초록색 머리를 한 아이의 형상, 회색 머리를 한 여자의 형상, 빨갛고 하얀 새의 형상, 큰 어깨를 가진 남자의 형상. 빨갛고 하얀 새? 설마 그러면은 아까 이 초상화에 있는 이게 칼이 아니고 새인가? 새 깃털일 수도 있겠네요. 근데 새 깃털로 사람을 찔러 죽일 수 있나?
It's a barometer, but it's broken.
기압계야. 그런데 고장났네.
I've never seen a barometer that wasn't broken.
어? 이거에 대해서 물어봐야겠다, 이 아저씨한테. 저기요.
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh?
뭘 어떻게 생각해?
I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
이게 뭘 만든
It's
건가요?
Flora, of course.
이게 플로라라고?
Surrounded by all her favorite people.
그녀가 가장 좋아하는 사람들에 둘러싸였어.
Ah, you found it.
자, 플로라에 대해서 물어봅시다.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Oh, yes. Been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
그녀는 당신에게는 침묵하지 않나요?
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of three. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she
고독한 늑대.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
맞아. 아무하고도 얘기하고 싶지 않아 보이던데요.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
아니 왜 이렇게 다 수상하냐 사람들이. 아 프레야.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know.
나만의 그림을 그리는 걸 도와줬다오.
It taught me what she knew about wood carving too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow.
펠릭스가 펠로우 경의 아들. 그러면은 프레이야랑 그렇게 펠로우 경이 프레이야의 할아버지. 제대로 따지면 프레이야는 펠로우의 이름을 가져야 한다.
Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old.
어? 플로라가 엄마가 아니야?
She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at 탱글타워.
탱글타워의 어떠한 것에도 법적 소유권이 없다.
A little hand-painted statue.
직접 칠한 작은 조각상이네.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
색칠된 조각상, 검을 들고 있는 남자의 나무 조각상. 노란색, 파란색, 검은색, 흰색 물감이 근처에서 발견됐다. 그러고 빨간색 물감은 여기에 있었죠. 또 뭘 물어봐야 할까?
The entire room is made of wood.
방 전체가 나무로 되어 있어.
Oh, it's not just made of wood.
그냥 나무로 되어 있는 것만이야.
I think it's the actual hull of a ship.
We already solved it.
아 그렇네.
What is it?
이건 뭐야?
He's an imp.
What does he do?
인프가 뭔데?
Well, if you tell too many lies, he appears at the end of your bed in the middle of the night.
Oh,
아. 어?
there's something about Felix's painting supplies.
펠릭스의 미술 용품에 대해 할 말이 있어.
Something suspicious.
아,
Let's ask him
빨간
about it.
물감. 지금 가자. 혐의?
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously.
이거 피라는 거 알지 않을까?
Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
저희는 수상하다는 말을 하지 않았는데요. 아유 어서 오세요 카하다뇽.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
이건 당신의 물감통이 아닙니다.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
that's not the end of the discussion.
여기서 끝나지
You need
않는데요?
a clue to compare with Felix's red paint.
펠릭스의 빨간 물감과 비교할 단서가 필요해.
Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
진짜 누구의 것인지 증명할 수 있는 것. 프레이야의 물감? 유리통은 모두 한쪽으로 금이가 있다. 뚜껑이 바뀌었나 보다.
Let's take a closer look at this.
자세히 살펴보자고. 이 통과 이 통이 바뀌었다. 그렇구나. 자. 이거?
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya Supplies, not yours.
이게 정답이래요. 뭔가 말이 좀 이상하긴 한데 이게 정답이래요. 그 빨간 물감은 프레이야의 것이죠. 당신이 게 아니에요. 당신 게 아니에요.
Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
뚜껑을 바꾼다고 당신이 한 짓을 숨길 순 없어요. 이렇게 쳐다보면 어쩔 건데.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? None of this is connected to your murder.
딱 걸렸어. 이건 당신의 살인 사건과 상관없잖소? 갖고 와라. 이 빨간 물감통을 가득 채운 것은 피이며 프레이야가 플로라를 그리는데 쓰기 전이다? 잠깐만. 플로라를 그리기 위해 프레이야가 쓴 후이다. 아니야. 프레이야가 플로라를 그리는데 쓰기 전이다.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something.
다 좋다.
Right, fine. Here's the story.
아니
I was
대체
busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of
왜
red
한 번에
paint.
얘기를 안 해주는 걸까? 야, 한 프로젝트를 진행하느라 아주 바빴어. 그러다 갑자기 빨간 물감을 다 썼다는 걸 깨달았지.
There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers.
프레이야에게 정중히 그녀의 물감을 빌려달라고 했어.
Just for a little while, you know. Perfectly reasonable request.
아주 잠깐 말이오.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care.
그녀는 빌려주지 않았어.
So, well,
훔쳤구나.
I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
당신이 남겨둔 물감통은 확실히 비어 있었습니까?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
어떻게 거기 피가 들어가 있는지 묻는 거라면 정말 모르고.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday.
플로라의 생일에 맞춰 끝내려고 했거든. 이거를 이 조각을.
I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
다른 색을 쓸 순 없었습니까?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
반드시 저 새한테는 빨강과 하양이 필요했대요.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened.
기껏 만들었는데 안 줬어?
Seemed a bit insensitive.
이 사람한테 물어볼 거 다 물어본 듯? 여기 가볼까요? 피피의 방.
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this?
자세히 봐봐. 아까 이 사람 머리 위에 새 얹은 사람, 이 사람은 페넬로페. 약간 그건가 보다. 관계. 짝을 표현해 놓은 것 같네요.
Is Fifi trying to solve the mystery with
잘못 눌렀어요.
equations?
Maybe. Did you ever try that? Maybe it works.
That's you, Sally.
What? I do not look like that, do I?
똑같은데?
Is that supposed to be me? Why do I look so angry?
하나 있는데요,
That's
평상시에도?
just the face you make when you're thinking. Does make you wonder, though. When did Fifi draw all this?
Who's that?
Not sure.
아직은 몰라요.
Who's that?
Not sure.
이 사람은 알 것 같아.
I think that's supposed to be
이거
Felix.
펠릭스 맞지?
Who is that?
No idea.
자, 사람들이랑 대화를 하고 나서야 이 사람들이 누군지 알 수 있는 것 같아요.
That's gotta be Flora.
얘가 플로라.
Did you notice who isn't on here?
여기 없는 사람이 있다는 거 눈치챘어? 어?
Freya?
걘 당연히 없겠지.
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself.
아, 본인도 없네.
A new suspect.
새로운 용의자.
Don't think you can get out being questioned just because you're a bear.
네가 곰이라고 봐주지 않는다.
I'm innocent, I promise.
왜?
Save it for the judge.
판단은 판사에게 맡겨라. 우리 잘 논다.
Scientific formulas.
과학 공식이.
Probably. I'll openly admit I have no idea what any of it means.
아이, 어서 오세요.
That's a whole lot of books.
A lot of book.
It looks like a microscope. A big one.
Can I touch it?
자세히 봐봐.
I'm not sure this is a microscope.
어떤 열쇠 같은데. 돋보기 4개를 수평으로 밀어서 올바른 위치를 잡아. 뭘 어떤 식으로 잡으라는 걸까? 크게 잡는 거겠지? 이거 같은데? 어때요? 된 거 아니에요?
That's the one.
와우! 우!
Hey, not bad.
쓸만하대 세상에. 우후!
Sounds like it unlocked.
Yeah, it's built on top of a little metal box. There's a book in here.
안에 책이 들어있어. 비밀일기장. 많이 봐서 다른 책. 미묘한 금속 장치로 잠겨져 있다. 또 잠겨 있네.
It's a magnifying glass. A big one.
목이야.
How come you don't have one of those?
Why? Because I'm a detective? Should I start smoking a pipe too?
You can pull off a pipe.
우리 잡담을 많이 하는구나.
A pretty ornate window with a
We're
great.
supposed to be looking for clues, not assessing the real estate value.
And over here, you'll see the owners use sheets of paper to block out all that unnecessary natural light. A simple trick, but it really transforms the space.
오케이.
Stuff Fifi's thrown away.
이피가 던져버린 것들이.
You gonna rummage through the trash can?
No, that is quite beneath me, thank you.
I give it 5 minutes before you're in there. Boxes of stuff.
자, 그러면은 이쪽 라인은 다 보긴 봤는데 여긴 뭐지?
Locked.
잠겼어. 갑시다. 속초광장.
Wow.
와우. 망토
You're not
멋진데요.
fellows or pointers.
당신들은 펠로우도 포인터도 아니고.
I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
나 사설 탐정입니다.
Really? You're a detective. If this is a joke, it's not a good one.
Who are you anyway?
누구시죠?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
에? 탐정이라고요? 학샤?
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
You're not on the Freya fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client. Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Oh.
탐정 맞아?
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
본인.
It's not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in a murder?
Very well. Let us make a small exception. Ask.
Yes.
What are you doing here?
여기서 뭐라고 했죠?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
How long have you been at Tangle Tower?
133 hours.
그런 걸 일일이 세는구나.
5.5 days.
Who are you working for?
누구에게
I am not at
고용됐습니까?
liberty to answer that.
그건 말씀드릴 수
Now,
없습니다.
I shall permit you one more question.
What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
얼굴에 그 상처는 어떻게 생겼어요? 멋진데요?
You really think so?
정말 그렇게 생각하나요? 뭐야?
As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder.
살인 사건 전날 아침에 플로라의 방 조사를 마친 참이었습니다. 전날에
I've
있었네요.
been investigating every single room at Tangle Tower. Hers was one of the last on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was Flora in there at the time?
당신 방에 플로라가 있었나요?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky, out the open window.
뭐야
Didn't say a word. Although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
하루 종일 창문만 쳐다보나 봐요?
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
피오나가 나오네.
Fiona was in the library too.
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite.
Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. 예상치 못하게 조사가 중단되었다. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. 포인터가 계단 쪽에서 나타나 홀을 지나 펠로우가 쪽 계단을 올라갔습니다. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. 무엇 때문인지 크게 불안해했으며 told me to stay out of the way. I consented and decided to return to my office in the stone square. 올라가 보진 않았다고? 탐정이? As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. 페넬로페가 뒤에서 절 불렀습니다. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase. More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. 온실에 누군가 항상 있었는데 그 순간에만 없었나 봐요? An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his 정원사! Spoke to me of what had occurred. 이 사람! His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it. Did he seem upset? He was rattled. That much was clear. But sorrowful? Mournful? I cannot say. 슬퍼 보이거나 그러진 않았대요.
정원사가 뭐 있네.
There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point, but someone scratched it off. A pointless little stone
I don't
tower.
know. Might be a good hiding place.
Want to play hide and seek?
I could be persuaded.
아니?
It's Tangletower, or at least it's the mansion at the base of Tangletower.
우선은 이쪽은 여기가 끝인가 봐요. 여기가 석조 광장이었고 온실. 오, 이 사람.
Sally, don't move. We're being watched.
Yeah, I see him. He's a little too
남자였네요.
big to hide in the bushes.
그래서 계속 그라고 했구나.
Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
Right, sorry.
Sorry.
That's better. I'm Sally. And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Fitzfellow, the gardener.
아, 피츠펠로우.
Mm-hmm. And why are you so tall?
I don't know.
본인은?
You work here as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it.
돈을 받고 일하는 건 아니다.
It's just my area of interest.
What's the deal with the plants?
식물들은 왜 이래요?
They're all kinda weird.
Right. Did you see the lake?
That giant green and purple lake surrounding the entire house? Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like anywhere else on the planet. Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Could you say that again, but like condense it as if you were talking to a slightly stupid person?
별로 안 중요해 보이는데?
Our lake water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA. Sometimes.
Alteration? Like mutation?
That'd be the official term. For us, it's normal. Just nature.
And you're the local expert on all this stuff?
No, I'm just the gardener. I
어제
was in my greenhouse.
제 온실에 있었습니다.
Watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Not at first. Penelope came in a little later.
그리고 뭔가 이상한데? 이게 지금 얘가 말이 안 되는 게 아까 사진에도 올라갔는데 얘가 있었고 그 사진 그 그림에서도 이런 캐릭터가 있었고 방금 페넬로페? 걔가 말하기에도 항상 보이던 애가 안 보였다고 했어요, 온실에. 이 녀석 어디 한번 말해봐라 더.
She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
그녀는 꽃 보는 걸 좋아하는 것 같아.
Did you speak to each other?
말이
A little,
지금 앞뒤가 안
not too
맞죠.
much. We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon.
둘 다 오후 일찍 온실을 떠났습니다.
I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens.
전 제 방으로 올라갔죠. 그런 뒤에 밖으로 다시 나왔어요. 정문 쪽 정원 잡초를 뽑으려고요. 얘 뭐 이상해.
Didn't see anyone else.
아무도 보지 못했습니다.
After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And
Let me guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
did anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
지금 얘도 앞뒤가 안 맞다는 걸 알고 있나 보다. 아무 일도 없었습니까? 인솔하십시오.
I was up in the rooftop garden. It was quiet.
아, 전 옥상 정원에 있었습니다. 조용했죠.
온실에 있지는 않았네. 옥상 정원에 있었네.
And then, it wasn't. I can't describe it. Could have been a scream. But it didn't sound human. We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
아, 온실에 있던 게 아니라 자신의 정원이 있구나 여기에. 그러니까 펠릭스 방 옆에. 그러니까 잠깐만. 여기가 누구 방이야?
Wait, Poppy was with me. Did I not mention that?
예, 얘기 안 하셨는데.
Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and shouted. Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did.
아, 그래서 바닥에 문이 있던 거구나.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back. Flora was there too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
아, 앞뒤가 맞아졌어요. 갑자기.
Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together.
같이 들어왔다고?
Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
얘는 탐정 학샤가 돌아다니고 있다는 걸 알고 있네요.
I found her pacing back and forth around the stone square.
아, 잠시 후에 돌아왔다.
When I approached her, she snapped at me. I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
Fitz's room is unlocked. It's up in the fellow tower.
헬로우 탑 위에.
This could
아,
be interesting.
나중에.
This one's in a little pot.
Okay, that is definitely not edible.
Looks like a gemstone. don't you think?
화분의 열매. 화분에 열린 열매는 단단하고 표면이 원석 같다. 화분의 토양은 색이 정상적으로 붉다.
Hanging baskets. They're so high up.
저 바구니?
To you, maybe.
You're only 2 inches taller than me.
2 inches makes all the difference.
5cm면은 확실히 차이가 많이 나죠.
Tools. Used by a gardener for gardening. A little chart of... actually, I have no idea what it's about.
자세히 봐봐.
Kinda reminds me of a periodic table.
아, 주기율표구나. 하이. 그만 알아보자.
What do you make of it?
모르겠어.
Not a whole lot.
방으로 가볼게요. 열린 방. 끝의 방. 끝.
Hello.
안녕.
Not hidden very well, is it?
Doesn't need to be. It's locked.
자세히 봐봐.
It's a combination lock.
결합 자물쇠야.
Sort of.
종이 조각을 다시 정렬해서 상자의 자물쇠 조합을 찾아.
우효.
이게 뭐? 얘가 위쪽이라고 가정을 하고 이렇게 나오기도 하거든요. 이거 있잖아요. 이거 나오잖아. 자, 파란색이 위로 가면은 파란색이 위로 가면은 이 모양이 나와요. 약간 문양은 좀 다르긴 한데 초록색이 위로 가면 이게 나오고 이게 나오고 그러면 다른 하나는 뭘까? 뭔가? 이거네.
Nothing.
반응이 없네.
Maybe if you move the paper around, you'll find a clue.
이거랑 똑같은 건 완전히 똑같은 건 이거네요. 여기에 있네. 그리고 요거랑 이거랑 이거 같은 문양이 있는 건 이게 다예요.
I did it. What do I win?
맞네. 색깔이랑 상관없이 모양을 찾으면 되는 거네요. 방금 찾았던 모양.
Not bad.
서로 쓸만하다 칭찬해주고 있네.
Anything in there?
Yeah, it's wrapped in a cloth.
아,
Hold on.
이번 거 괜찮았죠? 단순하게 생각하면 됩니다.
Huh. That's kind of ominous.
장식용 패턴이 새겨져 있고 하트 모양의 양 끝에 글자가 있다. 하겠지만 이거는 살인가 되진 않겠지.
It's a little handmade card. Someone's drawn a heart on the front.
카드.
Inside it says, "To Fitz from PP." An empty glass and an empty plate.
Looking at it is making me want to cry.
Why?
I don't know. We already solved it.
오케이. 어디 보자. 내가 봤을 때는 이 PP가 페넬로페 포인터가 아닐까 싶어요. 왜냐면 아까 피츠를 항상 온실 가서 피츠를 봤는데 그날만 없었다고 하는 거 보면 페넬로페는 피츠를 좋아해. 그리고 자신을 오래 기다리게 했다는 것에 화가 나 있는 상태라고 했으니까.
It's locked, but it leads outside.
여기는 밖으로 이어지는 문이야.
I thought we were halfway up a tower.
We are.
What's that thing by the handle?
자세히 봐봐. 뚜껑을 밀어 열 수 있어. 그 후에 슬롯에 올바른 타일을 넣어봐. 어?
Nothing. Still locked.
The tiles have all got that same sun symbol on them.
타일에 모두 같은 태양 표식이 있어.
Those moon symbols in the slots.
슬롯에
Are they
있는 저 달 표식은 무슨 연관이 있는 거지?
Maybe they're connected, but also not connected.
있을 수도 있는데 연관이 없을 수도 있다.
Nope. It's
Maybe
not.
the information we need isn't here.
So where is it?
Somewhere else.
힌트가 다른 곳에
Let's
있을
come
수도
back
있다.
once we know what.
그래, 힌트를 찾으면 다시 오자. 알았어. 여기는 잠겨 있네요.
Locked.
There must be some way to get it open.
이제 슬슬 올라가 볼까? 음악실인 거 보니 여기는 파피방이구나.
Are you a ghost?
Sally! That's rude!
Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment,
파피.
but I am alive.
Ah,
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
what's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
피아니스트. 파피 포인터.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And 13 years of dedicated practice.
본인.
I'm just me. There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor.
아, 퍼시벌이 아버지요. 퍼시벌이 아버지였고.
Spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
Two of them, Fifi and Freya, are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tango Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away, definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it.
뭘? 떠나고 싶다고?
Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi, things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
그 사건. 뭔 사건? 어제!
3.5 hours of piano practice, soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure,
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
아,
No.
얘랑 말하면서
Fitz
옥상에
grew
정원이
outside
열리나
for a
보다.
while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that.
진술.
Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. 저와 오후 대부분을 달빛 정원에 있었어요. 아, 피츠 만난다고 파피가 안 놀아줘서 아까 피피가 혼자 놀았다고 했다. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal, but different. Worse. 아까 그 소리도 사람 소리 같진 않다 그랬어. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Ah! Eventually, she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. 네가 안 놀아줘서. 네가 안 놀아줘서 울고 있었어. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to Flora's tower. 셋이서 플라이 탑으로 다시 올라갔어요. 그 후에 이제 펠릭스가 온 거지. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. 그게 이제 물감의 성분을 조사하는 과정이었고. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room. That's it. That's it.
와, 이 사람들 알리바이가 다들
All right. Poppy's bedroom is unlocked.
파피의 방이 열려.
I wonder what's in there.
파피의 방.
A big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow,
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
자세히 봐봐. 아까랑 똑같은 자물쇠거든요, 이거. 아하! 알았어. 달.
something happened.
오케이. 이게 그러니까 이쪽 방은 저쪽 방의 자물쇠에 있는 힌트를 보고 여는 거고, 여기 해 위치를 저쪽 방 문을 열 때 쓰면 되는 것 같아요.
That must be it. And the door's still locked.
그리고 문은 아직도 잠겨 있다.
I still feel like we made some sort of progress.
그러면 잠깐 가서 열어버리자. 왔다 갔다 하기 편하게.
It's locked, but it leads outside.
I thought we were halfway up a tower.
We are.
What's that thing by the handle?
기억하기로는 이거였어요. 열렸죠?
It made a noise.
I guess that was right. Finally, it's open.
아 참네.
Whatever's on the other side better be worth it.
나가자. 옥상 정원. 이지만 하피의 방을 먼저 좀 볼게요.
That is the bed of a vampire.
뱀파이어 침대.
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back.
It's a metronome for keeping time.
메트로놈. 자세히 봐봐.
It's ticking. Is it a bomb?
It's supposed to be ticking. Not sure what those symbols are, though.
버튼을 써서 메트로놈 다이얼 4개를 모두 돌려 맨 위로 가게. 뭐가 맨 위로? 아, 이쪽에 다 걸치게? 이거?
There we go.
뭐야, 너무 쉽잖아.
Perfect.
아니 왜? 응? 얻어 걸렸다. 오!
What happened?
Little hatch unlocked in the back.
자, 뒤에 달린 작은 문이 열렸어.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm. It's a photograph. Part of a photograph.
사진의 일부. 얘가 프레이야인가? 금발의 분홍 옷을 입은 소녀가 있다. 사진 속 소녀는 밝은 분홍 카세트 플레이어와 헤드폰을 쓰고 있다.
A single red rose.
한 송이 빨간 장미.
How very traditional.
Yeah, weird.
이상해.
That is the bed of a vampire.
I thought vampires
This
slept
is a vampire who needs firm support.
이건 봤던 거고.
Anything in the wardrobe?
dresses
장에는?
mostly. I never realized there are so many shades of black.
Sheet music.
It's
Presumably.
only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
이게 뭐야?
Various handmade posters.
What do you think those symbols mean?
Hopefully, nothing.
아무것도 아닌가 봐요.
Anything in the drawers?
Nothing you need to know about.
Ah, yes, a giant symbol drawn in chalk on the floor. Always a good omen.
It's an eye.
Empty.
It's an octopus.
No, it's not. It has 6 legs, not 8.
네?
Don't say it.
예?
Sextopus.
여기까지 이것도 다 본 것 같고 위로도 갈 수 있는데 정원부터 열게요.
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
He's also wearing headphones.
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
귀마개. 아, 뮤트 동상. 동상의 머리에 귀마개가 쓰여져 있다.
Giant stone frog. Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
깃털? 헤드셋이 아니고 귀마개래요. 설마 이거 이 깃털들은 대부분 큰 석조개구리의 혀 주위에서 찾았다.
Ah, a little water feature.
It's making me sleepy.
Wonder how it's hooked up.
저도 좀 졸리네요. 아,
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason. See those metal bars around the edges too?
Oh, yeah. What do you suppose they're for?
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it. More egg statues.
또 다른 알
I
조각상이야.
don't get it. Why eggs?
Well, either they have some special significance, or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape to make.
It's a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil.
푸른 빛을 띠는 흙에서 자라고. 이거 그 옷 뭐야? 아, 걔 이름 뭐지? 피츠가
Now,
그거다.
apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly.
제가 지금 약간 생각한 게 뭐냐면요. 이 피치의 방에
It's a little handmade card. Inside it says, "To Fitz from PP."
이 피가 누구냐는 거죠.
That poor plant.
Looks pretty healthy to me.
Healthy, but sad. I think it would rather be outside. We already solved it.
이거. 하트 모양의 양 끝에 글자가 있다. 제가 봤을 때는요. 페넬로페가 피츠를 좋아하는데 피츠가 파피한테 장미를 준 걸로 봐서는 서로 삼각관계인 것 같은. 이건 그냥 제 추리고. 왜냐면 페넬로페는 항상 그 온실에서 피치를 기다렸는데 얘는 파피랑 있었잖아요. 그날도. 장미도 파피한테만 주고. 일단 그럼 왜 그런 생각을 했냐면 이 장미
A
이거
single red
한 송이
rose.
빨간 장미.
How very...
Yeah, weird.
그냥 이거 보고 추측한 겁니다. 천문탑.
Shh, listen. Do you hear them?
Eh?
The stars. They're whispering. So quiet, and yet so loud.
What are they whispering about? Are they spreading rumors about us?
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance. We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Mm-hmm. Could the speck of dust start by telling me his name?
먼지 입자께서.
You find yourself standing in the astronomy tower of one Professor Percival Pointer.
아, 얘가 퍼시벌이구나.
Seems like this tower belongs to the Pointers, and the other one belongs to the Fellows.
Well observed, my dear. Tangletawer is something of a duality, as it happens. Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family. And of course, father to my precious Poppy.
And a professional astronomer?
야, 퍼시벌이 파피의 아버지.
Oh no, that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years, published 17 books.
Just a little hobby.
Sounds like you're quite well known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh dear me, no. My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable financial return. Nor would I expect it to. I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos. working to translate its message so that I may share it with the world.
Cool. Tell the cosmos I say hi.
어제
The day began as any other, with blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't bother them, of course.
펠로페와 피츠가 온실에 함께 있는 걸 봤어.
I sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my telescope.
Did you see anything?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower.
이 천문탑에 쭉 혼자 있었다?
Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow tower later that evening.
네? 좀 정신 차리고 다시 봅시다. 진술.
I was at my telescope for the majority of the evening,
저녁 시간 대부분을 망원경 앞에서 보냈죠.
but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book.
참고 문헌에서 무엇을 찾아보려고 제 책상으로 돌아갔습니다. 갑자기?
I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
아, 여기서 이제 학샤의 진술이랑 맞네요. 표정이 안 좋았다 했는데 그게 이제 찾던 책이 없어서 그런 거였다라는 걸로 알 수
She
있고.
looked impatient and slightly frustrated. Same as ever then? Quite. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's room. The door was locked, but I could hear shouting coming from inside.
그러니까 얘는 그 소리를 듣고 올라간 건 아니었네요. 올라가서 들은 거네. 그냥 이 사람은 책을 찾기 위해서 내려온 거였는데.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
피오나가 누구인지 안 나오네요.
I had no desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping, so I waited for them to finish and come out into the hall.
잠깐만, 왜 피피를 피오나라고 하지?
Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona.
어? 얘는 왜 피오나라고 하지? 피피를?
It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the room. Flora and Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever.
이게 사건의 순서가 지금 나오네.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
펠릭스와 페니? 페넬로페를 펜이라고 말하네요.
And then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason.
피오나는 파피와 함께 아래층으로 내려가더군요. 그 무슨 이유는 실험을 하기 위해서였죠.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help? 약간 애칭인가?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the whole ordeal is fellow family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
잠깐 가계도를 한 번만 좀 보고 올게요. 이거
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
자, 여기 피오나가 있거든요.
Fiona Fellow.
피오나 펠로우.
We met her. She's one of the suspects.
그러고 보니까 피피가 별명이고 피오나가 본명이구나. 그러면은 페니는 페넬로페의 애칭인 거고.
Flint Fellow.
플린트 펠로우는
A
뭐야?
purebred fellow, if there ever was one. Married a randomer, though.
여기 가문이랑 연고 없는 사람이랑 결혼.
Do you think he still lives here?
플린트와 펠릭스. 펠릭스가 남자였으니까 플린트 펠로우가 여자겠네요.
Lady Fellow.
Do these people not have first names?
플로라와 펠로우 경의 딸과 아들이겠지? 그래서 이 딸과 아들이 낳은 게
Emily Everstone.
에밀리 에버스톤.
Do you think she still lives here?
내가 뭐야? 얘 에밀리 에버스톤이 뭐야? 그 에밀리 에버스톤과 플린트 펠로우가 낳은 게
This
키츠네요?
fellow.
We met him. He's one of the suspects.
오, 뭐야 이거? 자, 근데 펠릭스가 플린트랑 결혼해서 에밀리 에버스톤을 낳고
Lady Fellow.
헬로우 부인이 플로라가 아니네.
Do these people not have first names?
플로라는 레밍턴이었네?
Flora Remington.
We met her. She's one of the suspects. Primrose Remington.
I always liked the name Primrose.
Do you think she still lives here?
Richard Remington.
The one and only.
키츠는 헬로우고 하피는 포인터고 페넬로페도 포인터야. 아씨 아직은 모르겠다. 이렇게 봐서는 모르겠다. 지금 제가 잘못 알고 있었던 건 뭐냐면 여태까지 펠로우 부인이라고
Do these people
하길래
not have first name?
펠로우 부인이 플로라 펠로우인 줄 알았는데 플로라는
We
레밍턴이었고요.
met her. She's one of the suspects.
피피는 피오나의 별명이고 원래 이름은 피오나인 거였어. 뭐야? 자, 세 장. 얘가 이제 페넬로페겠죠?
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your
Yeah?
hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! And that shape. You're really pushing the envelope.
Oh, thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Pointer, pleasure.
페니 포인터.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it.
오케이. 페넬로페는 페니.
Penelope sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
되게 잘 어울리는데.
Sure. Yeah.
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel, and nearly all of my friends are birds.
Travel? Where to?
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangletower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangletower.
Because of the birds.
Oh, no, because of him!
자. 피치겠죠.
Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé,
어?
dear Fitz.
약혼자라고?
He's not really the traveling type, you see.
Fitz fellow.
The very one.
You're engaged to a member of the Fellow family?
플로우 가문 사람이랑 약혼했나요?
That's interesting.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our 2 families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
삼각관계 맞는 것 같은데.
I awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see Fitz.
일찍 일어나서 피츠를 보기 위해 온실로 향했죠.
He's always there. Crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
그는 항상 거기 있거든요.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That and he has a great deal of work to do every day, watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work in the greenhouse?
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
이때죠. 오후 일찍 안으로 돌아갔어요. 꽤 급하게. 그게 이제 파피랑 놀기 위해서였어.
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course, and they often do. But I think they just like the company.
그러면은 새가 그 빨갛고 하얀 새 있잖아요. 그게 얘랑 관련이 있지 않을까?
As do I.
진술해 주세요.
Sometime in the evening, I left the aviary and headed back towards my room. 저녁에 회장을 떠나 내 방으로 돌아가고 있어. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. 홀에서 포인터 삼촌이 계단을 내려가는 걸. 포인터가 삼촌이야. He was muttering something. Seemed a bit upset, the poor dear. 좀 짜증난 것 같아 보였어요. 아까 찾고 있던 책이 없어서라고 하긴 했는데. I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. 삼촌을 따라 내려갔는데 그랜드 홀이 비어 있더군요. 학시야 없었어? Empty aside from Detective Hawkshaw, who was loitering over by the library. 그치. 여기까진 맞고. I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower. I ran up the stairs hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost too. 그는 왜인지 피츠의 방에서 나오고 있었어요. I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room. We could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong. A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Aww. Fitz too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy. Peter? Peter?
What about Flora?
Floram요. Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. 약혼자가 피피랑 있는 건 신경 안 쓰였나? So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
We can get into Penny's room now.
이제 페넬로페 방에 들어갈 수
Now,
있어.
like right now.
일단 지금 가자. 페니의 방. 왜?
That's all the statements.
진술은 모두 들었어.
Let's go over them all.
나중에.
It's a birdhouse.
Are those real birds? Nope, they're wooden.
이것도 퍼즐이야.
They're using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to use it?
7마리 새의 위치를 바꿔봐. 지금은 안 될 것 같은데?
I'll do this later. That's some flower.
There's something weird about it. It just feels out of place.
있어야 할 자리에 있는 것 같지 않아. 특이한 모양을 한 밝은 색깔의 꽃, 매우 건강하며 잘 돌본 것처럼 보인다. 화분의 토양은 신선하고 촉촉해 보인다. 게다가 색이 비정상적으로 푸르다. 이거는 피츠의 화분이겠네요.
This is the fanciest room so far.
Too fancy.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
어디로 가나요? 용의자 진술.
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then I heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
아,
I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
와, 다 연결되어 있어.
She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
방을 나갔는데 파피의 아버지가 밖에서 기다리고 있었어요. 그는 우리를 따라 위로 올라갔어요. 잠깐, 여기서 잠깐. 이 아저씨가
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
삼촌을 따라잡기 위해 계단을 뛰어 올라가는데 펠릭스가 나타나 길을 막았어요.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer.
아니야, 다 연결되어 있는 거 맞는데?
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
아, 피피를 부르러 내려갔던 거니까 같이 이렇게 올라온 거구나.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
펠릭스와 페넬로페도 우리 뒤에 도착했고
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
잠시 후 헤아 시체를 내려다보고 있었고
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
그 후 유한선 그림에서 빨간 물감 샘플을 채취했죠.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also.
그러니까 얘네들은 지금 물감을 실험하려고 내려간 거고 포인터는 자리를 떠야겠다고
I
생각했다.
took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
어허. 아이, 어서 오세요. 상아. 네, 탐정이 돼서 추리하는 게임입니다.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
얼마 지나지 않아 그 정원사가 나타났습니다.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long.
페넬로페가 아니라 학샤가 온실에서 기다린 거였어? 뭔가 이상한데 여기서부터? 잠깐만.
But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm
그래.
each other.
아직 나온 게 없네? 진술은 다 들었고 남은 거는 뭐냐? 아까 못 푼 퍼즐 하나 있지 않았어? 이쪽 방에
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this?
자, 이제 알 수 있죠. 다 누가 누군.
It's Poppy. That's actually a pretty good drawing.
파피,
Looks like fits.
피츠,
It's a drawing of Penny.
페넬로페,
Looks like Professor Pointer.
포인터. 포인터와
It's Detective Hawkshaw.
학샤? 아, 잠깐만. 그러면은 학샤가 의뢰를 받았다는 게 학샤한테 의뢰를 한 사람이 포인터 경이네. 그거를 피피가 알고 있고
That's gotta be Flora.
플로라와
I think that's supposed to be Felix.
앨렉스.
Is Fifi...
Maybe. Did you ever try that?
여기서 알 수 있네요. 이 두 사람의 관계. 확실히 그려놓은 거 봐.
Did you notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself.
자, 이거랑 아까 어디 퍼즐을 안 풀었더라. 풀었나?
Whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Well, it is the music room.
He's gotta
What's
practice.
with all the broken glass?
자, 이 깨진 유리 조각들은 뭐지? 뿔피리 동상. 큰 뿔피리를 들고 있는 빛나는 괴상한 생물체 동상. 뿔피리의 안과 밑바닥에는 금이 간 유리 조각이 널려 있다. 를 볼까? 프레야 방을 살펴봐야 해. 여기에 안 살펴본 게 있나?
It's a little wooden box for
To
paintbrush.
the casual observer.
아, 이건가 이제? 이걸 안 했구나. 이게 왜 가운데에 있냐고. 아니, 퍼즐은 이게 정답이 맞는 것 같아요. 낮은 것부터 긴 순서?
That's done it.
이거 아니 다 풀어놓고 못 맞추고 있던 거였네. 퍼즐은 이게 맞네.
What was in the box?
Just a photograph. Well, most of a photograph.
무 어린 소녀의 사진. 한 명은 빨간 머리, 다른 한 명은 초록 머리를 가졌다. 한 부분이 없는 불완전한 사진. 그럼 이거를 아까 그거랑 못 합치나? 이거랑? 프레이야 방에 숨겨져 있었다. 이거만.
There's something about that pink cassette.
그
tape.
분홍 카세트 테이프 말인데.
Something suspicious.
뭔가 수상해.
Let's ask Poppy about it.
내가 뭘 하면 되는지 알려주네요, 다행. 파미,
I need to confirm something with you, Papa.
당신에게 확인해야 할 게
Firm
있어.
away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
이거 당신 건가요?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
이 테이프에 어떤 음악이 들어있는지 아나요?
No idea. Acid jazz?
모른 척하지?
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this?
그냥 얘기하면 되잖아. 그게 왜?
Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
사건 현장에 있었기 때문에 중요하다.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not my color.
당신은 예전에 이런 색을 좋아했습니다.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors.
왜냐? 여기 보면은 이 음악을 듣는 게 아무래도 파피 같죠? 금발에 분홍 옷을 입은 소녀가 있다. 사진 속 소녀는 밝은 분홍 카세트 플레이어와 헤드폰을 쓰고 있다. 나머지 사진은 피피와 프레야이다. 이거 같은데?
Let's take a closer look at this.
이 두 단서 간의 연관성? 분홍 카세트 플레이어와 일치한다. 분홍 카세트 테이프와 분홍 카세트 플레이어. 그리고 파피의 방에서 찾았다?
The pink cassette tape found
아,
at the
아닌가
crime
보다.
almost.
잠깐만, 하나만
Maybe just-
바꿔보라고? 뭐였지? 아, 이 오래된 사진에서 파피가 사용한 것이다.
The pink cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is.
아니야, 너야.
I'll prove it. You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable.
당신은 좀 달라 보이지만 피피와 프레야는 쉽게 알아볼 수 있어.
It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends.
이건 확실히 당신과 당신의 두 절친 사진이. 원래는 핑크를
And then
좋아했구나.
hide it.
I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
파피는 이제 피피와 프레야를 싫어해.
Poppy hates Fifi and Freya now.
You sure about that?
Not entirely. I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
아니야? 더 이상 그렇게 보이고 싶지 않아?
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that
파피가 더
anymore?
이상 그렇게 보고 싶지 않았던 이유.
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
시간의 힘은 커요.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
그 말은 이 분홍 카세트 테이프가 진짜로 당신 거라는 거예요?
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
던진 거 아니야? 얘한테도 물어보자. 이 사진에 대해서?
This photograph is my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me.
얘가 찢은 건 아니야.
Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off.
반으로 찢은 것도 아니고.
It was only a third.
아, 별로 관심 없는 거는 그냥 이렇게 웃어 넘기는구나.
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea.
왜 모르는 척하지? 뭐야, 왜 모르는 척하지? 저기 이거 모종사
This is
물어봐야겠다.
yours, Fitz?
Yeah,
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
화분의 꽃.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower.
페니의 방에 가지 않습니다. 포인터 탑의 어느 곳에도. 근데 페넬로페는 피츠랑 약혼 사이라 했는데?
I just don't have a reason to.
어? 이건
This is a
뭐죠?
good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes, you never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
You look at it.
잠깐만, 이거 누군가 거짓말을 하고 있어. 왜냐면
My little writing desk. It's kind of cute.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle.
중앙에 페이지가 찢겨 나갔어.
Isn't he strapping?
참 건장한 이 아닌가요?
He is big.
에?
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah. I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
뭔가 말이 안 맞죠 지금. 얘네가 지금 얘 혼자 지금 짝사랑 중인 것 같은데.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input.
파피 물어볼까?
Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
자, 일단 이 사이는 알겠어. 이거 삼각관계 맞는 것 같아요. 파피를 일단은 대놓고 싫어하고 페넬로페는
I don't like mirrors. They steal your soul.
How do you get your hair so symmetrical without using a mirror?
I do it by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
쯤 되면 다시 궁금해지는데? 이 아저씨한테 페니에 대해서 물어보자.
Penelope is my fiancée.
페넬로페는 제 약혼녀입니다. 네.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
페니는 당신이랑 어울리지 않아 보이는.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's, well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
파피는 어때?
Poppy and I are friends.
파피랑 전 친구입니다. 저 친구?
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind.
자, 얘도 머리가 보라색이고 파피도 원래는 핑크색을 좋아하는 여자였는데 보라색으로 염색했죠. 그녀는 아주 친절하죠.
And she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly.
내게는 특이한 꽃에
I've been teaching her.
그녀를 가르치고 있지.
Is something wrong?
많이 잘못됐어. 약혼녀를 두고 페니의 방에는 가지 않는다라고 했어요. 약혼녀인데.
I like Flora. I hope she's all right.
자, 플로라를 좋아합니다. 그녀가 괜찮길 바랍니다. 어?
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way.
아,
She
그런
wouldn't
쪽으로
willingly
좋아한다는
cause any
아니겠지,
additional
설마?
suffering. For anyone.
페야는?
She was always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away.
그래서 프레야 방에 그 박스가 있던 거구나. 뭔가를 키웠던 곤충 박스.
I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
아, 얘네 좀 많이 어렵다. 이 3명. 이거에 대해서 아나?
Any idea who this is?
No idea.
파피인 걸 몰라? 어. 아, 재밌네요.
That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he might have magic powers.
흥미진진하네. 어디 보자. 자, 그럼 파피한테 페넬로페를 물어보자. 피치 어때?
Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
어? 뭐라고? 그러면 페넬로페는 어때?
Feathers flashing in the light, from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
플로라는?
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling. Stand unblinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space.
쟤 왜 그렇게 얘기하는 거지? 그래야.
Hard of head, but free of mind, unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond, behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
This is a photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah.
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
당신은 어째서 여기 없죠? 당신도 그들과 친구잖아요.
I'm not really one for photographs.
아닐 거야.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody?
아! 이런 꽃 좋아한다 그랬지.
Never seen that one before. Was it in the greenhouse?
No. We found it in Penny's room.
Right.
잠깐만. 일단 페넬로페와 파피는 서로 안 좋아해요.
Oh, you've been to the greenhouse? What did you think?
Impressive, I guess. But kind of unsettling, with Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Yeah, he does that.
There's something about that diary we found in Fifi's room.
야, 피피의 방에서 찾은 일기 말인데.
Something suspicious.
드디어 뭘 알
Let's
수
ask her
있나?
about it.
지금 가자. 하미,
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
당신은 침대에서 찾았어요.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10 and
So, there are secrets written in here?
엄청난
This particular
비밀이
diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
이건 피피의 일기장이고 그녀는 여기에 일기를 썼어.
It's Fifi's diary, and she has written in it.
I'm not sure about that.
아니 뭐 썼다며.
Me neither.
This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
아 그러니까 안 썼다는 가정 하에 이건 일기장이 아니야.
It's not a diary at all.
I'm not sure about that.
Me neither.
This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
어? 이건 다른 누군가의 일기장이라고? 왜 그렇게
It's
되죠?
somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a clue to compare with the diary. Something to prove who the original owner was.
기묘한 금속 장치로 잠겨져 있다. 아! 저 알 것 같아요. 이 책갈피. 이거 책갈피 겹치잖아요? 근데 이게 이게 누구 거지? 무언가 비밀 일기장과 직접 비교할 수 있는
That's not it.
아니라고? 난 책갈피가 똑같은데 책갈피는 그냥 책갈피였던 것인가? 이거네.
Let's take a closer look at this.
이거 프레야 거네. 이 파란 책이 랑 똑같은 것은 비밀 일기장. 이는 프레야 소유라는 것을 증명한다.
This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
오케이.
Why would I do either of these things?
제가 대체 왜 그런 일을 하는데요? 피피는 왜 프레야의 일기를 숨겼을까? 피피는 왜 프레야의 일기를 숨겼을까? 누구에게도 알리고 싶지 않았던 것은? 피피가 누구에게도 알리고 싶지 않았던 것은 개인적인 비밀로 프레야 일기 속에 있었다?
Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend.
그러니까
But if you're
숨겼겠죠.
trying to hide something,
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
그래?
All right. Fifi unlocked the diary.
Finally. What's
여기
in
뭐야? 자, 그게 다시 보인다. 이번에는 실제로 나인가? 내가 그렇게 만든 건가? 그림을 찢어버려야 할 것 같다. 그게 다시 보인다. 영혼 전달자는 성공이다. 장한 녀석. 근데 내게는 두 개가 있다. 둘이 더 필요. 중앙으로 가는 길을 찾았다. 하프랑 비교하면 굉장히 단순했다. 그들을 모두 봤다. 다섯 모두. 눈을 모두 까맣게 그었다. 하지만 모든 것에도 불구하고 나는 아직 지켜야 할 약속이 있다. 나는 최선을 다할 것이다. 그녀에게는 동반자가 있어도 좋을 것이다. 뭔 소리야 이게? 그게 다시 보인다. 그 그림을 찢어버려야 할 것 같다. 영혼 전달자는 성공이다. 장한 녀석. 중앙으로 가는 길을 찾았다. 하프랑 비교하면 굉장히 단순. 중앙으로 가는 길을 찾았다. 이게 그 힌트가 아닐까? 파피! 어? 와, 어디서 어디로 가는지 또 나오네? 피아노 음악을 녹음해서 프레야에게 선물로 줬다. 테이프의 금은 최근에 생긴 것이 틀림없다. 프레야는 그림을 그리는 동안 축음기로 음악 듣기를 좋아했다. 파피는 예전에 밝은 분홍색 색을 좋아했지만 지금은 싫어한다. 싫어하게 된 원인이 뭘까?
A book.
아! 파피한테 악보에 대해 물어봐야겠다.
Yeah, it's mine.
어? 선율을 들려줄 수 있나요?
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
띵띵띵띵띵띵 피아노 음율. 이걸 이제 듣고 여기로 가면은 칠 수 있다고 나오려나?
I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look? Looks like he's playing a semi-grand pedal harp.
You're some kind of harp expert, Sally.
Did you not know? I had a harp when I was a kid. A little handheld one. Only 8 strings.
Liar.
It's the truth, I swear. Looks like he's playing a semi-grand...
You're some kind of
Did you not know?
harp.
A little hand.
Liar.
It's the truth, I swear.
Let's come back later.
돌아가래요? 뭘 안 했지? 이제?
That?
I thought vampires...
This is a vampire who needs firm support.
힌트 볼게요. 해장을 살펴봐야 해. 해장?
They're bird cages, but the birds are coming and going freely.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
An especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
특히나 화려한 새들의 새장이지. 장식이 되어 있는 무거운 새장 안에 있는 밝은색의 새 3마리.
Bird diagrams. Hand painted.
They're beautiful. Someone really knows their stuff.
What's with those little windows down
저
there?
밑에 작은 창은 뭐야?
I think they're there for draining rainwater.
Oh.
아,
Check out that butterfly.
저 나비 좀 봐.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
아, 뭐지? 아, 깃털.
There used to be all kinds of birds here at 탱글타워. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
뭐야, 굿 퀘스천 하고 왜 안 알려줘?
Hello. Who penned this juicy little number?
누가 이런 흥미로운 숫자들을 써놨을까?
We don't know. It's not signed.
An anonymous letter? Classic clue.
일단 이 편지 내용이 뭐였더라? 조합은 다른 종이에 있습니다. 조합을 외운 뒤에는 이 종이를 없애십시오. 당신의 사고에는 동의할 수 없습니다. 그것은 해서 찾을 수 없을 겁니다. 이거 편지 다 보여줘야겠다.
Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No?
No.
Is that a clock?
If it is, it's a clock with 4 faces.
자세히 봐봐.
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
시간을 알려주는 시계는 아닌 것 같아.
So what does it do?
다이얼을 돌려 4개의 바늘이 모두 올바른 위치에 가도록. 됐다.
No.
왜?
So moving any of the hands turns the adjacent hands in the opposite direction.
시계 바늘을 움직이면 옆에 바늘이 정반대로 움직여.
It's like cogs on a machine.
응? 다이얼을 돌려 4개의 바늘이 올바른 위치에 가... 뭐요?
I guess that's
Did you work out what direction each hand needs to be facing? Each one ends with a little
아,
hoop.
각
Try
바늘
looking
끝에
through the
굵은
hoop and
고리가
ignoring the
있어.
rest.
그 고리를 통해 보이는 것만 보고 나머지는 무시해. 아. 됐다.
No, that was it.
아니 너무 어려워. 진짜.
Nice work. What's in the box?
조금만 생각하면은 될 거를 자꾸 어렵게 가는 느낌이야.
A little tool thing? Looks like a telescope. But I'm not actually sure what it is.
망원경. 근데 정확히 뭔지는 모르겠어. 몽으로 된 작은 도구. 손에 유리 렌즈가 있다. 나사가 달려있다. 이거 혹시
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
시야?
Correct.
And, what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
고객과의 기밀 사항. 그러면은 포인터한테 가서 확시아에 대해 물어봐야겠다. 확시아.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I
어서
met you.
오세요.
What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see? It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fishman.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes. Where on earth did you find that?
쟤 어디서 그걸 찾았죠?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar.
왜 이상하지? 페니!
Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time,
페니는 포인터의 조카.
until she marries the gardener.
그녀가 그 정원사와 결혼하기 전까지는
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the pointers and join the fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship.
파피.
My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh no, I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away.
돌아가셨구나. 멀리 갔다는 거는.
He should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends.
절친이라고?
A
플로라.
listless soul drifting through the ether.
What's wrong with her?
Not sure. She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say you could ask her about
아,
it, but
플로라 목소리 듣고
I
싶다.
think you
이쯤
might
되면은.
find that to be a bit of a dead end.
아, 찾은 것.
You know,
네?
I've always wanted one of those.
퍼즐 같죠, 이거?
A mechanical solar system? What?
I would look at it.
Wait a
맞네.
minute. Earth in the middle, sun on the outside.
지구가 중앙에, 태양이 밖에 있어.
How old is this thing?
다섯 개 행성을 태양과 달을 중심으로 회전해봐.
Nothing.
So there are two ways to move the shadows. Rotate the planets and rotate the sun and moon.
어.
The sun and moon need to be at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock. The shape on the base is symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which is which.
태양은 12시, 달은 5시? 여기가 맞는데? 틀을 맞춰야 되나? 이렇게?
I got it.
I'm impressed.
어우, 졸려.
Did you hear that? Something unlocked.
There's a little hatch underneath? What's in there?
A bunch of paper. Looks like somebody's research.
딱정벌레인데? 쉬익거리는 큰 소음을 낸다. 95데시벨 이상. 포식자를 쫓아내고 잡아먹힌 경우 완전히 소화하지 못하게 한다. 이 미스티드에 얽힌 미신이 있는데 발견한 사람에게 불행을 초래하는 다소 비논리적인 평판을 가지고 있다. 그러면은 사람 소리가 아니고 이 황금 딱정벌레가 일으키는 뭔가의 소리 때문에 사단이 난 것 같은데.
A picture frame.
With no picture.
Miss Tiny, the notebook.
So, even the most well-used notebook.
페니의 방을 살펴봐야 해. 페니의 방? 여기겠지?
It's a birdhouse.
Are those real birds?
보라색은 없네요.
Nope.
There must be some logic to how the birds are arranged. Something to do with those white lines.
하얀 선들과 관계가 있을 거야. 하얀 선과 관련이 있어.
Nothing.
I think the birds are related to each other.
이게 그러니까 색깔이네. 네. 파란색과 노란색이 만나면 초록색이 되죠. 그리고 갈색에서 흰색이 만나면 노란색이 된다. 그리고 파란색에서 연한 초록색이 만나서 노란색이 되고, 빨간색에서 노란색이.
I guess that's wrong.
그렇네.
It's a family tree. The colors and eyes combine as they go down the family line.
색깔과 눈을 조합해서 가계구도가 내려가는 거야.
You'll need to start with blue and yellow at the top.
맨 위에는 파란색과 노란색으로 시작해야 해. 왜? 아.
I guess that's wrong.
It's a family tree. You'll need to start with blue and yellow at the top.
눈. 그러니까 파란색과 노란색, 이게 눈이 보인 게 합쳐서 초록색이 되면서 눈도 합쳐지고.
I got it.
I'm impressed.
초록색과 빨간색이 만나면 갈색이 되나요? 그런가? 저 색깔을 모르겠네. 아니 그 눈이랑 색깔이랑 조합을 하라길래 일단 눈으로만 때려 맞췄거든요. 근데 다른 색은 알겠어요. 근데 초록색이랑 빨간색은 왜 갈색이 되지? 주황색 아닌가? 약간 갈색에 가까워서 그런가? 대충 똥색 된다고요? 아,
Did the door open? What's in there?
그렇구나. Now get her. 이게 뭐야? 분노에 차 휘갈겨 쓴 메시지가 있다. 이제 내가 그녀를 갖겠어. 꽃잎은 옥상 정원에서 자라는 빨간 장미에서 떨어진 것이다. 팬이. 이게 뭐임?
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hit
당신은
it,
이걸
but we
숨겼습니다.
found it.
우리가 찾았죠.
We do that.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
그러면 얘 어디 갔지? 얘한테 물어보면 되지. 자,
Those petals,
그 꽃잎들.
they,
What?
they're red.
어? 왜 모른 척하지? 천문탑을 살펴봐야 해. 천문탑이면 여기 안 한 게 있나?
Every astronomy tower needs a
I
telescope.
want to try.
아, 망원경을 쓸 수 있구나. 덜 조사했네.
You can see right into Flora's room.
플로라의 탑을 바로 볼 수 있어.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up. Behind her is the backside of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting.
뭐지?
I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle.
그 각도 뒤에는 뭐가 있는지 안 보여.
I can just about see the ground. I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall. The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges.
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the window ledge.
그러게요.
Don't you think it would fall off? In the wind.
Maybe it's glued down.
Hold on. I think we might have missed something.
이절?
You can see right into Flora.
Not by
I can
accident.
see Flora. Behind her is the backside. I can't really see anything.
Is that a window?
저거 창문 아니야?
I think it is.
Is there another room above Flora's room?
플로라의 탑 위에 다른 방이 있었네?
We should check that next time we're over there. Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope?
이거 천문 망원경 아니었어?
I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to work.
I can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
제가 처음에 딱 보고 이 눈 뭐야 했던 거요. 얘는 뭐야?
It's a statue of a wolf,
늑대 동상이고.
standing up straight, like a man.
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
안에 뭐가 채워져 있네.
It's a statue of a wolf, standing up
You know, there's.
straight.
It's not. Also, it's stuffed.
안에 뭔가 채워져 있어.
What's in that little box?
저 작은 상자엔 뭐가 들었을까?
I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it.
이건 안 여네요?
Just dusty junk.
아니 이거
What is that?
이게 뭐지?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
이게 같은데?
Looks like it might attach to something.
봉으로 된 감개로 위에 나사가 있다. 감개 주위에 얇은 빨간 밧줄이 감겨져 있다. 감개.
Just dusty junk.
Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry, is this spooky?
Kinda. Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry, is this spooky attic?
Kinda.
뭐가 있다는 거야?
What is that?
Not sure.
Looks like it might attach to something.
이거요? 이 알 말하는 거예요?
We already solved it.
물어볼까? 그거 아세요?
You know what this is?
Guess not.
이건 알아? 이거는? 이거는? 너 얘 알아? 그림.
Do
깜짝벌레.
you know anything about this beetle?
으아! 잠깐만. 페니.
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two being friends, to be honest.
You never know.
파피?
Do you and Poppy get along?
Nothing. Shocker. Grimore, what could you possibly be writing down?
Oh no, I gave up making notes ages ago. Now I'm just doodling in the margins.
포인터.
You know the guy in the other tower? Weird astronomy professor guy?
Can you see him from your window?
당신 창문으로
이시.
그를 볼 수 있나요? 그는 당신을 볼 수 야.
Do you and Fitz have anything to do with each other? Other than your initials.
얘 말하는 거.
We spoke to Hawkshaw. I assume she didn't get anything out of you either. I bet that really ticked her off.
We met Felix, your husband. He's one of our suspects, and he seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. So, If you want to stick up for him, now's your chance.
Nice try.
말을 절대
I
안 하네.
spoke to your daughter Fifi. She's some kind of super intelligent scientist. You must be proud of her.
전혀 말을 안 하네. 네 개의
Can you
깃털.
recognize any of these feathers?
나 너랑 안 놀아.
The attic's directly above us, right?
다락방은 바로 우리 위에 있지?
Yeah.
We already solved it.
이렇게 막혔을 땐 뭐다? 히츠와 얘기해야 해. 감개?
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me 3. Oh, sorry. I thought you said me too.
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious.
That's me.
Yeah, I was joking.
Oh, I see.
펠릭스.
Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was just about to say the same thing.
예, 그래픽 나쁘지 않아요. 되게 독특하고.
Fifi doesn't like me.
왜?
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know.
그럼 뭐야? 사실상 다 얘기했는데? 아, 학시야.
She questioned me.
About what?
My work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me, I can tell.
You ever seen this before, Fitz?
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just thought it looks like it belongs to her. It's an egg with feet.
It was locked, but we opened it.
여기에 뭐가 들어있는지 알고 있나? 얘는?
Fun story. That looks like it might belong to Poppy. That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
이 테이프는 파피 거라고 알고 있네요.
Penelope's 3 favorite birds. She's very protective over them.
Are they like her pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Do you remember what she named them?
I do not. It's Fifi and Freya.
Don't you think Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
2 people isn't a crowd.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
그치?
Mate.
얘하고 뭔 얘기하라고?
Looks like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it. What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
플로라의 손에 든 것은 뭐라고 생각하시나요?
I don't know. It does look like a knife. But Flora
칼처럼
wasn't holding anything
보이기는
at all when I
합니다.
saw her after the murder.
근데 살인이 일어난 후 그녀의 손에는 아무것도 없었어.
But there's something bothering me. Something else.
다른 거?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
우리가 플로라의 방으로 갔을 때 그녀는 이 자세로 서 있지 않았어요.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all.
그녀는
She
서
was
있지
kneeling on the floor.
않았습니다. 바닥에 무릎을 꿇은 채였어요. 아니 이것은 엄청나게 중요한 사실 아니에요.
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
다음 피피아 얘기해야 해.